What's up, everybody? This is the Shogun Summit podcast episode. I kind of forgot at this point, and I'm here with my two co-hosts. I'll let them introduce themselves.
Name is Bloody Gold 12.
This is Bills.
And right now, we're here to talk about The Last of Us 2. So, what y'all think about the gameplay? Do y'all think it's mad, shit is good, or it's trash?
Fucking trash.
Gameplay? No, I thought the gameplay was great.
Alright,
Let me take that back. The gameplay was good, but the game was fucking trash.
alright, let's talk. Alright, but first, before we talk about the whole game, let's talk about the gameplay first. So, Bill, what you think about what about the gameplay that made you like it?
Well, I mean, from the follow up from the first game, I thought they improved on a lot of things, especially like the thing that stood out to me the most as far as the gameplay goes is being able to navigate in a prone position, and the movement and crouch versus the original was a lot more fluid. But I mean, as far as like the over the shoulder point of view, as far as combat, and that was a lot of the same from the original, I would say.
Okay.
But what about you, Al? What you think? What would you like about the gameplay?
So the gameplay I loved, but the gameplay overall I loved it. I can't wait to see online, and when they do do the online thing, I love it. But the crazy part about it is the direction that they took with the game. So
All right. All right. So what I think about the gameplay is the gameplay is a lot more smoother than the first one. Like what Bill's like to follow what Bill said. I like how they add more to the stealth mechanics. Like they give you like you actually prone into a grass now. There's more stealth options than there are just like crouching and hoping for the best that the enemy don't spot you. Like that's what I like about that's what I like about one of the gameplays the most. I like how the gunplay is more smoother. Depending on how you upgrade the gun, it's either going to shoot. You either gonna have a hard time aiming, or you're gonna have a terrific time aiming. Let's see what else do I like about the gameplay besides that shit. Oh yeah, and I like how it's brutal too. That's another thing. I don't think nobody even talked about that. I like how The Last of Us 2 is a lot more brutal than the first one. Even though I can't help but feel the fact that when you try to go Rambo with like Ellie or Abby, it doesn't feel right with them. Like I like how in the first one when you go Rambo with Joel, like that shit just feels right. But with Abby and Ellie, it doesn't feel. It feels out of place.
Feels forced with them.
Yeah, especially with I don't know. It feels especially with Abby, in my opinion. But all right, let's get to the story now. The story slash Joel's death. But first, let's talk about the story. Who want to start? Who want to start off with the thoughts on the story?
I thought
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
fucking trash. All right, Billy.
Nah, no. You gotta add on, bro. You gotta explain why it's trash.
That's all I gotta say. You wanna know why it's trash?
Go ahead. Go. Let the people hear it.
I'm gonna tell you why it's trash. Number one, the story makes no fucking sense. They contradict themselves multiple fucking times. Then you got this back and forth tug of war type bullshit. The maps are too fucking big for what the game purpose is. And then it's like they're trying to be something that they can't be at the end of the day. Like the story, it was okay in the beginning, when they killed Joel and all that, and then you'd see Ellie had like she had a reason. She had a resolution. She had a goal. But then after that, it was just like back and forth with this type of bullshit, and it just really contradicts itself in multiple ways. So it's just I just wasn't feeling it. It didn't give us the same feeling The Last of Us had.
All right, Bill.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I mean, first off, you know, with the whole story, I mean, from the beginning, it wasn't so bad, you know, until I'd say for me, it really got bad once they killed Joel off. That felt forced, you know, felt like it felt out of place, you know. I don't mind them killing off the character, even though as much as I like the character, but in the manner that they went about it, it was just like really forced, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I get it's supposed to be like a story about revenge, but you know, it's just like a lot of back and forth, like Al said. And I mean, spoiler alert, you know, the ending of the story, I mean, you know, revenge is not achieved.
Oh, we will get to the ending later. That's a topic we're gonna talk about with this video.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Alright, so folks, what I felt about the story overall. To follow up what both Ghoul and Bill said, yeah, the back and forth wasn't really annoying. The main part I hate about the story the most was not only did it felt rushed in a sense, well, you can literally see like, some parts of it was like rushed in. Like another part that kind of got me pissed off about the story was the purpose of it. Like what Ghoul said, I think after they kill, it got to a certain point where Abby and Ellie met again, like the story just started slacking real bad. And then they had to, I don't know, it's just like, it pisses you off even more when you have to play as a character who killed one of your favorite characters in the whole entire game. And then to top it off, you got like fucking shit, I don't even know how to explain that part. I'm just gonna end my thought there. What y'all thought about Joel's death?
Ridiculous.
It was definitely ridiculous. It was like, okay, I understand like the whole point of it, but it was like none of it made sense. Like I said, none of it made sense. Because it was about like revenge, but then it was like a back and forth tug of war. So it's like, really?
It was just like too convenient. That's what I would say. Like too convenient of a way for, you know, Abby to just kill him. You know what I mean? Like, oh, also happens, you know, like, oh, she's getting chased by you know, infected, and then oh, here comes Joel, and then she happens to know who the hell this man is that she's never seen a day in her life.
Just by name alone, yeah, that shit was stupid.
Yeah, it's like, you know, but at that point in time, you know, when she would have known, like, oh, if her dad was dead, who killed him? Anybody that knew was already dead.
True. Oh shit.
That's my biggest issue with it. It's like it makes no fucking sense.
Bill, you just helped me with my train of thought. You just helped me with my train of thought. Alright, so before I talk about what I felt about Joel's death, back to the last topic before, backing off of what Bill said, I think one of my major issues with the story is the fact that, yeah, there was a lot of points that didn't make no sense. Like you had the flashback with Abby that made no sense. How her revenge for killing her father's murderer was just completely forced, and then they also try to force this whole empathy. They also try to force this narrator on you to make you feel empathy for Abby by making you see her go through post-traumatic stress disorder, where she always have like these nightmare situations, where she like always sees her father's dead body and she's at the hospital from the first game, like the last part of it.
Yeah.
And then the next part that I kind of dislike about the story the most was the fact that it do feel like there's agendas being forced into the game. Like I don't care what nobody said. I don't care what nobody says. I do it. You can see the agenda. Like you got them saying SJW words like bigots and shit, and then you also got like Then you also got like a whole character which spoiler, even though y'all should have played the game by now, or at least watch a gameplay of it by now. It's like they try to make one of the main focus of Abby's side of the story about this little Asian girl who was supposed to be a transgender.
Yeah, my biggest issue with that is like that's irrelevant in a game like that. You know what I mean?
It's supposed to be irrelevant. It's supposed to be irrelevant. Period. It's not even supposed to be like a whole, like, even if they do mention that, oh, this little girl or boy is a transgender, I don't think it should have been like a whole highly focused for a certain part of the game, like, because then you just rush it, then you just like force an agenda. It's like, bro, that's kind of taken out of the story. The story already made no sense at all to begin with, but now it's like you taking out of the story even more by adding an agenda to it for no reason. Now, how I feel about Joel's death, I really feel like Joel's death was bullshit. And the reason why I'm saying that is simple. In The Last of Us 1, for those who played, Joel is a cold-blooded motherfucker. Not saying excuse my French, he is cold-blooded. This dude Joel is so like in the first game, this dude Joel is so fucking cautious that there was one part of the first game where Ellie, where they was driving and this guy was like pretending to ask for help, and Ellie actually felt for it. She was like, oh, this guy needed help, and Joel knew. He was like, nah, this dude don't need no help, and he just ran this dude over.
Yeah, he said no, he doesn't, and then he ran his ass over.
Yeah, he ran him over because he knew it was a he knew it was a fucking what's that word?
It's a trap.
Yeah, he knew it was a trap. And they got the nerve to kill Joel off in the most bullshit way. Like, Joel is the main, like, I can understand Tommy being that blind and not being able to see a trap or ambush, but Joel would be the first one to peep some shit like that. And the fact that Joel didn't peep that shit at all was like, bro, what is wrong with you? Like, how dare you make a character who even says he been on both sides, so he knows a trap when you see one, fall for some bullshit ass trap just to die like that. Like, that death is unacceptable. That he shouldn't have died like that.
I agree.
Like, if you want to kill Joel off, you gotta kill Joel off in a way where it fits the character, not in a way where it fits just your narrative. Otherwise, this is gonna be a pointless ass death that makes no fucking sense, and you're gonna have a lot of people who's pissed off at you. That's how I feel about Joel's death. Joel's death is complete fucking utter bullshit. And fuck everybody who disagree with me. Well, not fuck everybody, but fuck all those who... You get my point. Alright, so... Now that I'm done with this bullshit rant. Bill, you said you saw the ending, right?
Yeah.
Alright, what about you? Did you see the ending?
I don't even care about that game enough to even see the ending, honestly, because, I mean, it's trash. Like, I hate to say, and I love The Last of Us 1, but my track record, you can even go back and look at how many times I even played the game, especially the online. I freaking loved it. But that game, Last of Us Part 2, it's trash at its finest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the first.
I lost interest in the first 2 hours.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
the first bad sequel, I would say. I haven't played a sequel that was that bad.
Yeah, and there's been some bad sequels. Alright, but let me at least explain the ending to you, so I still want to see how you feel about this shit, alright?
Okay.
Alright, so in the ending, Ellie winds up meeting back up with actually no, that's not even how it really goes. Alright, so after the whole first boss fight, when you're playing as Abby trying to beat up or kill Ellie, it takes, I think it's like a whole year or two later when the baby's finally born. And then it's like, let's see, it's like Abby, it's like Ellie and Dina, the chick who I kept saying belongs to the streets.
Yeah.
Abby Ellie and Dina had like this whole farm to themselves with the baby, and Abby was with that transgender Chinese boy. Or I don't know what the fuck it was. I just know it was an Asian kid. So long story short, Ellie couldn't get over Joe's death because she didn't kill Abby. So she went to look for Abby, wound up finding her. There's literally just a boss fight where both of them exhausted and they fight, and Ellie is like about to drown her and she let her go.
Ridiculous.
And then on top of that, when Ellie wound up going back to the farm, Dina was gone with the baby. Almost everything of Dina's was gone except for all of Ellie's shit.
That's why Last of Us 2 is trash.
I'll probably explain that shit so wrong already. You watched the ending, but that's your opinion right there.
You pretty much hit it on the spot, I'd say.
All right. So how you feel about that, Al?
It's trash. Ain't nothing in my point in time changed the way I think about this game. And then for the people who be like, oh, well, you have to play it first and beat. No.
Wait, what the hell is this?
It's like it's to the point where it's like I don't even need to beat it to know it's trash.
No.
You know where that game belongs? That game belongs in a dumpster.
Damn.
It don't belong on people's shelves. It don't belong at GameStop. You know GameStop is trash itself. It don't belong at Best Buy. It don't belong in Walmart. It belongs in the dumpster.
Okay. Well, I already know what you about to rate it. All right. So, Bill, what you think about the ending?
About the ending?
Yeah, just the ending overall. Like, what you think about the ending of the game?
The ending was fucking horrible. It was a pointless. It made the story seem fucking pointless. You know, that was like, I would say if the ending was right, it could have somewhat redeemed itself a little bit, but it couldn't even do that. I feel like this game was just like, you know, it was like a joke. The fucking story of it. You know, how can you have such a great gameplay and have such a shit story?
Yeah.
You know, and just from the teaser trailer up until the final product that we got, you know, they made it seem like, you know, like the game was, they made it seem like the game was supposed to be, you know, a Ellie and Joel adventure, and it turned out to be a shitty fucking revenge that never happened, you know.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. The ending was really not only was the ending lackluster to me, but the ending was just it contradicted the hell out of the whole story. Like I get the whole revenge plot and everything, but if you're gonna do a revenge story, like have it where the character gets their fucking revenge, like not just Abby. Like at least have Ellie get her fucking revenge.
Yeah. Because I mean, that is no, like, I get the narrative, like what they were trying to, like, you know, say without saying it. You know, they're pretty much trying to, like, break the cycle of violence. I get that, but this is such a shitty game. This game's all about violence. It's apocalypse. You know, there's no fucking, you know, people living day by day. They're not thinking about, oh, better tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what makes no fucking sense. And there's no reason to forgive her at all.
Yeah, that's pretty much true. So you think? So let me ask you one quick question. Do you think Abby's death would redeem the story, or you think it's just like unredeemable at all?
Honestly, I think it would have maybe, you know, brought some kind of closure to the story, but it's a bad story anyways. You know, it's not like, I don't think there's really no redeeming this story.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I think they had a different story in mind. They should have stuck with what they originally had planned.
They really did, because I'm sorry for cutting you off, Bill, but somebody pointed this out, and I kind of think this is true. There was like I think what they was like originally, well, the theory was originally Joel was supposed to be one to live, and it was supposed to be Dina who was supposed to die, and it was supposed to be Joel. It was supposed to be Joel and Ellie going on this revenge quest to avenge Dina. since it's half a Ellie's story, Dina wasn't around.
Honestly, I believe that.
Yeah, it's either that or they finessed the fuck out of everybody with that trailer that they did.
Well, like you said before, you know, it's that sequel that nobody asked for, and it really, you know, the final product shows.
Yeah, cause I know damn sure I didn't ask for the sequel. Like the way that the Last of Us ended, it was fucking perfect. It didn't need to have a cliffhanger. We know what the fuck we like. Actually, it didn't even have a cliffhanger ending to begin with.
No, it was like pretty like.
It was pretty straightforward. Like,
complete.
yeah. Oh god.
No one asked for it.
Probably was a few people who did, but to those few people, there you go. This is what you asked for. You got a game that a whole country hates. How is that possible?
Like, that's the worst score on Metacritic.
Oh yeah. Alright, we're gonna have to add our own scores on that shit though. Alright, so Bloody Ghoul 12, what you give that? What's your rating for the game? Okay, damn, I didn't even finish my sentence. Alright, oh shit. Alright, Bill, ooh, what's your final rating for the game, bro?
No.
Honestly, I can't give it a 0. A 0 is like non-existent. I give it
That's
a.
what that game should be.
From the gameplay alone, I give it a 5 out of 10. Just
Alright.
because it has good gameplay. But if you're going based off a story, I give it a negative 5.
Oh shit.
So I mean, if you add those up, I give it a 0.
This thing. My fucking mic. Alright, so hold on, let me fix this shit for a second. Alright, so I might be the only one that's gonna do this, because I'm trying to be fair and unbiased. The gameplay was solid, I'm not gonna lie. I do understand what they was trying to go with the story, but I felt like they should have went with the original direction before a certain bitch made motherfucker got involved in the picture. But that's a podcast for another time. As much as I want to give this game like a 7 out of 10, my main issue is the story. Like the story was lackluster as hell. You can tell, like I said earlier, there was a whole agenda. There was a whole agenda to it, which I really don't like. Like when it comes to gaming, I'd rather us not have no SJW bullshit in it to begin with. I don't fucking care. I don't care if the character is gay or not. That's just something with the characters. That don't have to be a part of the narrative of a fucking game. And then the main thing that brings my score down is Abby. I don't like her. I don't care. I don't like her, and I hate the fact that I hate the fact that Abby has more content in her story than Ellie does, and Ellie's the main fucking character. I'm giving that shit a 5 out of 10. I want to, like, as much as I want to be fit, as much as I want to be unbiased, I'm giving it a 6 out of 10 because I'm not gonna be biased. But if I want to be biased, I'm gonna give that shit a 4 out of 10 because the game do not deserve to be. The game don't deserve the praise that all these journalists is giving it, especially after the scumbag shit that Neil Druckmann did to all those YouTubers who had to suffer because they was expressing their expressing their concern for the game and their dissatisfaction of how the game's going.
Yeah.
So my score is a 6 out of 10.
But you know, on the topic of something you just mentioned about you were saying like with having the gay or whatever in the game, like you're basically sexualizing them whatever manner.
Exactly.
I agree with it. That's irrelevant. But you know, I mean, bringing up that point, it's like if you ask most people, like, let's say you know somebody's watching like a porn, right? And they just start showing like some butt sex shit. And you're trying to watch straight porn. Like,
What the fuck?
That would upset a lot of people, right?
Well,
I'm pretty. I would be upset. You know, like if I'm over here, you know, trying to watch some chick get her pussy found out, and you start showing some gay shit. I mean, I'm gonna be a little pissed off about that.
wait a minute.
And when it comes to video games, it's like, you know, why do they sit here and try to point that shit out? You know, it's not even, you know, and the whole thing is not even a love story to top things off. You know, it's not like, you know, a story that's like about that. You know, it's fucking about survival, and they sit in here, you know, making that a big part of the story. I don't understand. I mean, that might piss some people off. They might try to say that's homophobic, but
I think we're really pissed people off and made everybody uncomfortable, especially me, because I actually fucking beat the game. When you add, there's a lot of games that did it right where they added sex scene, it wasn't uncomfortable. This is what the sex scene in this game is so fucking cringe and uncomfortable, bro. You just be sitting in your chair, like, why? Oh, yeah, the fucking two apes having sex. Yes.
Yeah, that was.
That was I questioned why I was playing that game afterwards.
Oh, my freaking earpiece failed. What was that?
Oh God! All right. Nah, we was pretty much just joking on the whole ape sex scene that was in The Last of Us 2, or as some of us like to call it, the It's Ma'am simulator.
Yeah, that's like, I don't know. I don't know if that was like some kind of like Easter egg they put in the game, trying to make Abby look like Yes Ma'am. But yeah, whoever made that decision, yeah, you should just quit programming games and just work for like a IT company or something.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. So, what's your closing state? So, Bill, what's your closing statement for this podcast right here?
Save your $60. There's plenty of other games. I mean, if you really must play it, wait for it to go on sale. I don't recommend it. I can't in good conscience recommend this game to anybody. It was a waste. I spent my 60 on it, and I feel like I was a waste of money. You know, but I mean, unless you're a die-hard fucking It's Ma'am fan, stay away. I don't recommend it.
Al, what's your final?
Recommend it at all. Number one, it's nothing that I would ever want to play again. It's fucking horrible. Maybe the multiplayer online, maybe. Save your money and go buy fucking, what's the game called that comes out on the 17th? July?
Ghost of Tsushima.
Go buy Ghost of Tsushima. Go buy that shit, okay? Don't buy The Last of Us. Like, save your money. Don't buy it.
Oh shit.
And if you rate this game a 10 out of 10, you are on some hardcore drugs. That's all I gotta say about it.
Alright, so my.
Bad for the people who actually got the collector's edition of this shit.
Oh yeah. Oh damn. Shit. Sure, we can actually talk about that if y'all want to.
I'd rather not even talk about the game.
Alright, yeah. Alright, so my closing statement. Damn.
I'm still kind of bad.
Alright, so what I gotta say to end this video off is don't buy this game. I highly suggest, if you really want to know what everybody's talking about, I suggest you watch any other sucker who bought the game, like unfortunately me and Bill, who was the poor bastards who actually spent $60 on this fucking game. One more thing, to all the people who kept trying to say fuck us in Facebook and Twitter for not defending this game, for calling the game what it is, a piece of shit, I highly suggest you go fuck yourselves. This game is ass. The story was ass. The characters, Abby was ass. The gameplay was probably its only saving grace, and even that didn't save the fucking game. Like, don't play this game. And if you're a fellow content creator too, who actually just stumbled across this video and you actually supporting this fucking game, you must really be one of those dick rotting content creators who would do anything just to get praised by these bullshit ass companies. Because mind you not, The Last of Us is one of those. The Last of Us was made by the same dude who pretty much got a bunch of people channels strike down, banned, and just couldn't make videos for like a good few. So yeah, I would really think about that. This game is horrible. Neil Druckmann, sit your dumb ass down, because you got a whole country that hates this game. That's all I have to say.
You gotta pat yourself on the back to say, oh yeah, you made such a great piece, and you're the creator saying that. You know, it's like patting yourself on the back for taking a shit.
Nah, this dude has, you know Japan hates this fucking game, right?
Oh yeah, and I have to agree with them.
Like,
it's a shitty game.
Like, if you look on the eBay, if you look on the Japan version of eBay, you'll see nothing but The Last of Us Collector's Edition, regular editions on sale. They all on sale. Like, all of them trying to give that shit up. Nobody likes that game. Like I said, those who do like that game, like my boy Ghoul said, you must be smoking something, or I don't know. Maybe you like it. I'm not gonna judge. That's your cup of tea. It's not mine. If you are like anybody else who just don't find this game appealing, all I can say is at least you're seeing something. This is your boy RZA the Unknown, with my co-host Bloody Ghoul 12 and Bills, saying thank you for tuning in to the Shogun Summit podcast. Hope you have a blessed and safe summer. Peace out.